Hey YouTube, Kira here, bringing you guys an update to my Gishki deck profile for December 2016. I got some numerous requests to do an update to this deck. Not too much has changed. Mainly staple choice and extra deck choices are the number one change for the deck. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The main focus, because it's my favorite version of the Gishki deck, is the level 10 variant using Zealgeigus. I might one day give a deck profile that uses Mind August and Gust Kraken as well. But for now, I'll stick to this version. I think that version will evolve the Heretics as well. But Zealgeigus is a level 10 monster. Very easy to ritual summon because you can use cards like Gishki Shadow and Gishki Vision for the entire tribute. And basically you can pay 1,000 life points to draw one card and reveal it. If it was a Gishki monster, shuffle one card on the field back into the deck. So it helps get rid of really annoying cards because shuffling a card into the deck really helps. It beats, bouncing it back to the hand or destroying it where, they could just reuse it again or get an effect off when it's destroyed. If you get it back into the deck, you really minus them then for no graveyard use. And he's got 3,200 attack, so he's extremely difficult to get over as well. So if you get, two of these out, it's a really heavy hitter against your opponent. And I also run 3 Gishki Shadow. This card, along with Vision, has the ability, if you ritual summon a water ritual monster, this card can be used as the entire tribute. And the second effect is you can discard this card to add 1 Gishki ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. So you use it to add Gishki Aquamere to your hand, which is the ritual monster you use to make Zealgeigus. There are a variety of ritual spell cards for the deck, but I find just using Aquamere is the most consistent. And Shadow has consistency with cards like Surface to re-add it back to your hand for reuse. So overall, definitely needed at 3. Also 3 Gishki Vision. It's basically the counterpart to Shadow. Exact same effect, except it's a level 2 to its level 4. And Vision searches out the monster. So you can discard Vision to add the Gishki Zealgeigus to your hand. And another thing you could basically, if you have 2 of these, drop them both to search for 2 Zealgeigus, and then use both of the Zealgeiguses and the tributes. So tribute one of them for the entire summon, because you can use the effect of the Gishki Aquamere in the graveyard to add the other one back to your hand, where unless you use Vision for the entire tribute, it'll just be stuck in the graveyard most of the time, unless you have cards like Surface. Also 3 Gishki Abyss, great card to start off with in your hand. When it is summoned, you can add 1 Gishki monster with 1,000 or less defense from your deck to your hand, except for Gishki Abyss. So with it you can add Vision or Shadow or even Zealgeigus. And I love that it says summon because you can get off of spell cards as well, Call the Haunted, Surface. It's all really good. Not Surface, I think. Yeah, I was messing up Surface and Salvage. Salvage is what I meant when I add Gishki Shadow to hand, but Surface is good for special summoning Abyss because you'll get the search off for multiple summons use, which is why I also don't mind when my opponent rams into this card with their attack. To finish off the Gishki monsters, I also run 3 Gishki Beast. When this card is normal summoned, I can target 1 level 4 or lower Gishki monster in the graveyard, special summon that target, and face up defense. So I have a play with each one of the Gishki monsters in this deck. If I summon Beast and I special Abyss in defense mode, keeps him safe in that position, and also I get a search off of his effect. If I go with Shadow, I have a rank 4 play that I can do. And if I use Gishki Vision instead, this is probably the last move I want to go into, but if I summon Vision, the entire tribute cost also counts when it's on the field. So you can have your entire tribute cost while still having the 1,500 attack Beast to go off of as well. So Beast is very viable with the deck. And I also run 2 Beautiful Princess. With this card, when it's normal or special summon, you can banish this card to special summon 1 level 4 or lower fish-type monster from your deck, except for Beautiful Princess. You can only use this effect once per turn. Your only target for this is Gishki Abyss, but it's definitely worth, like I said, he sets up so many of your plays. He's a free search for the important cards of the deck, so you want to get him off as much as you can. Plus, most of the time you have to normal Gishki Abyss, but with Beautiful Princess you can go summon, banish, and special summon it in defense, because he only has 800 attack, which means you do want him in the graveyard to reuse, but you also don't want your opponent taking out a big chunk of your life points, because Sorry about that. Just got cut off full camera. But basically wanted to finish that up with you want to save all those life point usage for Zealgeige's effect, which is the pay 1,000 to draw, especially since it's not a once per turn effect. You can use it as much as you can ritual summon. And I also run one Deep Sea Diva. I like it for the search for Vision. You can get Vision out, like I said, for the same concept of Beast for the ritual use, or you can even go for a Synchro Summon if you have another monster on the field, or even the level 4 Synchro Summon using this. And one Gen X Ally Birdman. I run one Birdman. It's the only non-water monster in the deck. Once again, for the most important play of the deck, which is the reuse of Abyss. So if I go Gishki Abyss, summon, effect, return, special Birdman, I could go with my favorite combo play, which is Gishki Beast, in which I summon Gishki Beast, effect, revive Abyss from the graveyard, get the search off of Abyss. There's not much left to do with these two, so I can bounce Abyss back to my hand to special summon Birdman to the field, and I have my level 7 synchro play from there. And that is it for the monsters. Now we'll move on to spells. I run 3 Gishki Aquamere. With this card, it's the card that you use to ritual summon a Gishki ritual monster, so it's used to get Zealgeige's, very important in the deck. Searchable with Shadow, which I really like. And the other effect is you can return this card from the graveyard to the deck to add one Gishki ritual monster from the graveyard and return it to your hand. So if you have this and Zeal in your hand, you can basically return this to the deck to add this back. And if you have another Aquamere in your hand and you already have the Zeal that you ritual summon still on the field, you can basically recycle the ritual if you want to mill through draws and hopefully hit those, Gishki monsters so you can shuffle your opponent's monsters back into the deck. It's a very risky combo play because you'll, drain your life points, but it's also one, that can give you a lot of hand power. I also run 3 Salvage. I've always liked this card at 3. You have a lot of low attack point monsters in this deck that you can search with this card, so you'll always have your key combo plays to use. You always have your searches, your Gishki Beast and Abyss uses. Love maxing it at 3. Also, I run 2 Surface just for the special summon power to, like I said, reuse your resources. You target one level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua type monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Plenty of targets with this card in that deck. I did try 3, but 3 was a dead draw. There was a time when I drawed 2 of these and 2 salvages, so that was not a fun game to play. Basically set 5, hoping to bluff. And also 1 Regeki, just for opponents' board clearing. You can get OTK off very easily with this deck involving 2 Zealgeige's on the field. So with Regeki taking care of the monsters and using Zeal to, spin the back row back, that's your game right there. Also, 2 Twin Twisters. I was running Max Forbidden Lance, but I like running 2 Twin Twisters just to help with back row clearing in case the shuffles don't come in handy. I do still run 2 Forbidden Lance, just because the main play is if I get Zealgeige's out, I want some form of protection to keep him on the field, which Lance will make it lose 800 attack, so we'll put it at 2,400, which is still a very big number in comparison to a lot of other things, and it'll protect it from things like Bottomless or any other spell or trap that could get rid of him. And for traps, I run 2 Oasis of the Dragon Souls. I was running Call of the Haunted, but Oasis special summons in defense mode, so it's a little more protective. So you have that to go off of. And 1 Vanity's Emptiness, just for when you get Zeal out, set it, activate. Really hard to get over a 32k beater, and you limit your special summons, but still worth. 1 Torrential Tribute. Like I said, Graveyard does not really shut down this deck. If they're in there, you can make use of them still. 1 Bottomless Trap Hole. And for now, I'm running 3 Fiendish Chain instead of the Threatening Roars. The Threatening Roars really didn't accomplish much for the deck, except for, biding time for plays. But Fiendish Chain allows me to shut down my opponent's key plays while doing the same thing, in a sense, with 1 monster, which is why I prefer that. And for the extra deck, I run 2 Gustav Max. Gustav Max is involved with your OTK play. If you attack with 2 Zealgeige's, so if you're able to swing with both of these, you're just a little short from killing off your opponent. So by overlaying 2 of them into the Gustav Max for the 2,000 point damage, that's your game win right there. And 1 Gongora die, just in case you need to pop things instead of, more damage. Gongora die also does 1,000 damage, but also pops a card in the sense. It also has more attack points than Gustav Max as well. +1 Gachi Gachi Gantetsu for that defense wall barrier and boosting up your monster's attacks. Pure Light helps me to reshuffle cards. And for the ranked wars, I run Abyss Dweller, an Arc, Gaga Cowboy, Dark Rebellion, and Marrowgeist. I really like running Marrowgeist just for the shuffle back effect. And for the synchro plays, I run 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Stardust Charge Warrior, 1 Herald of the Arclight for the level 4 play, and also 1 DeLorean and 1 Gungnir to wrap up the extra deck. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm always open to ideas for deck profiles. If you guys, want to see something, definitely let me know, because I take opinions, very seriously on my channel. If you guys want to see something and a majority or a good number of people want to, I'll definitely do a deck profile on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.